Hello everyone, this is Spring Porter with Spring Solutions LLC. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the state of Texas, going through their 4 districts and pulling up their instruction packets and procedures for reclaiming unclaimed funds. I have gotten several emails and calls pertaining to different jurisdictions that come up and what their procedures are. And this is something that you have to do your own research on, specifically the area that you're in. Um, Again, I don't know all the rules and procedures per state and the territories, the U.S. territories that also have bankruptcy unclaimed funds. It's impossible to know that. Things change, things come up. So I'm going to be doing this again so that you can see and get the hang of where to look, where to pull information, and what you're looking for. So I don't mind doing that again with different state. This one in particular has 4 districts, so that would be a really good example. If you're interested in unclaimed funds in the state of Texas, please stay tuned. Please note that I am not a bankruptcy attorney, as I've stated before. This is just for research purposes. If you're a funds locator or maybe a paralegal or legal assistant who's just starting out, you may want to watch. Okay, so if I come to the unclaimed funds locator, which I've mentioned in previous sites, if I type in the state of Texas, there's only 3 districts. So there's the Eastern, Northern, and Western. So there is the Southern District that's missing. So if I type in the Southern District of Texas Bankruptcy Court, if I type that in Google, it'll bring me this website. Bring me to this website. So when I come here, I am looking, if I don't see unclaimed funds anywhere here, I just type it in here and it pulls it up. Now the Southern District does not show up, their claims does not show up on this funds locator list, so it has to be somewhere on their website. And it looks like it's just here. Review the unclaimed funds ledger to see if you are due to receive any funds from this court. So this is here, and it looks like you contact the finance department if you have any questions pertaining to unclaimed funds in this district. So this is your list. Okay, and again, 3 of the districts are here that you can search easily. The Southern District is the one that's special. When I come to this list, this gives me 489 pages. And so here it has the party name, the debt type, the balance, the case number. So you would have to search through here to find your claim. Okay. So this is your list of potential leads that you can contact. This particular district and a few other states I have seen that have case numbers that look like this with the letters. If you're searching for a potential lead with this case number, it's not going to pull it up. You have to take the letters out. I think it has like BK and then it has TX for Texas. So just take out the letters and keep the remaining numbers, and then that should be your case number that you plug into Pacer or courtlistener.com to verify if the funds are there and to get your supporting documents. Okay, so this is the list for the Southern District of Texas. Now if I click back one, underneath the ledger there is an application for payment of unclaimed funds. So this is giving you the documents that you need. You follow the procedures for whichever kind of claimant you are. If you are a corporation, if you're a partnership, if you're a sole proprietorship, like if you registered your business, you would have to follow these rules. Or if you're just simply a funds locator, I guess without a company and you're doing it yourself, trying to represent the claimant, you would follow what has been written down here. So you have to just kind of look through and see what you qualify as. If I open this application, this looks like just the official form that I've seen in other states. So they're just following the simple form, nothing out of the ordinary for the Southern District. other than just the ledger not being available. All right, so, and there's an order, right? Again, formula writing, everything is listed here for you. All right, so that is the Southern District of Texas. The next district that we can look at is the Northern District. Again, the Northern District is here, so you can search for leads here. If I click on here, let's just get a ballpark. There's about 29,000 claims, cases where there are unclaimed funds, the Northern District of Texas. As you can imagine, Texas is huge, so there's 4 districts and they have a lot. Okay, so we come to the Northern District of Texas. The unclaimed funds locator is right here. Okay, well that's showing you how to find it, okay? But let's find the instructions. So if you go up here, unclaimed funds, here you can find your instruction applications, what you need to do. So their form looks slightly different. Okay. And if you go down to page 3, it'll have the instructions on what to do. What to do if you are the claimant is represented by a funds locator or an attorney. If somebody is deceased, the claimant is deceased, what to do. If the claimant is a company or a partnership, right? So here you are, and here down here it says claims could take up to 90 days to complete. So sometimes they tell you how long it takes you, and sometimes they don't. You can always call the clerk's office and maybe just ask. So the Northern State or Northern District of Texas is a long waiting period. All right, but everything is readily available and easy to read. All right, so that is the Northern District of Texas. Let's move on to the Eastern District. Let's go to the unclaimed funds locator and find out how many claims are there. Eastern District of Texas, there are about 24,000. So if we come to their court website, let's see if we can find what their instruction packet looks like. There's your application. So as I've stated before, I have done this before, but for previous states. I just did one for Florida and New York, I believe. So you have to get used to doing this. It's the only way that you're going to know. You contacting me, I'm going to have to go here and look because I don't know. You have to see what the instruction packets are. Again, they're different from each jurisdiction. The same state of Texas, but again, they all follow their own rules. And see, their application looks different. It looks a little bit different than the other ones. You see? It may have similar language down here, but the look of it is different. So if you try to maybe file one of these other districts in the Northern District, it's not. They may kick it back and you may have a deficiency notice sent to you because you didn't use their local forms. So just be mindful and be diligent in your search. You have to do your own research. This is the instruction packet. You have to read through here to see what you need. And it tells you here, you have to fill this in properly. You have to have the certificate of service. You have to have the proposed order filled in, right? Everything is here that you need. It's formula writing. It also states additional requirements for unclaimed fund applicants. So you have to dig through here. Right here it tells you what kind of claimant you are, and you would need to follow this. Here it says claimant representative funds locators. So you would need to follow these instructions. All right, so this is it for this particular district, the Eastern District. Let's move over to the last district that I wanted to talk about. Western District of Texas. Let's see. Let's see how many claims they have if I type this in the funds locator. This one has about 16,000, right? So, I mean, there are large numbers of unclaimed funds to be worked in the state of Texas all around. If I type unclaimed funds here, oh, there's this listed down here on the bottom of their screen. It looks like they have new procedures on how to fill it out. Requirements for claiming funds. So here's your instructions. Most of the states are pretty good with putting their information out there because they probably get tired of people calling them asking, hey, where's this, where's that? And they just put it up here. Again, there are some that you have to do a little bit more digging. It may be on their site, but maybe it's hidden somewhere. So it's good. These sites, again, are good, and I always go through these sites and I mention them because this is where you need to go. Try to do your own research first before you just call a clerk. You know, you're going to be probably on hold, and they're not the most friendliest to talk to anyway. Do your own research before you call them. Try to jot down all your questions before you give them a call. I'm sorry, I'm close to the airport. If you hear the plane going by, call this finance department or the number that they give you on this site or the instruction package to see, you know, who you need to call. Call the right department. That'll save you a headache too. If it tells you to call the finance department, don't call just a regular filing clerk because then you're going to be put on hold and transferred over. So just do, you know, your due diligence and do your research first before you just call people, because when you're calling someone, you may have another question later and it didn't get answered. So make sure you have all your ducks in a row. For this Western District of Texas, this is the application information. And it looks like they just need the general application itself. There's a W-9. These seem to be just the standard forms. And underneath that, it says the requirements for applications for unclaimed funds. So whichever kind of, again, what kind of claimant you are, you should follow those instructions. So this district appears to be pretty easy to locate information, right? So this is the state of Texas. There are 4. Again, someone reached out to me and wanted to know this, so this is why I'm going over it again. Always do this. Whichever state you're starting to work with, become familiar with this site, with their sites. Look at their rules, especially now because of, again, the pandemic. See if they're even operating at full capacity. You can look at that. That's usually on the front page. And then you may want to search for unclaimed funds second. Just get in the habit of doing that. So, and then you're not stuck with just the state that you're living in. You could branch out and maybe try a different state. For people that are in the state of Texas, I mean, it's good that they have 4 jurisdictions and there's a lot of claims to, you know, recover in these particular districts altogether. So I hope that this is helpful. This is a pretty short video and this is straightforward. Please check your websites, do your research before you contact the clerk or the financial administrator, whoever is handling the unclaimed funds list, and then that will get you the information that you need. So I hope that this is helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.